Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just here going and talking about why we are seeing a sea of red today. We will go over a bunch of other stuff as well. We'll be going over some utilities that we're getting for the new logo, what gifts that whales are getting us. We'll be getting some more utility for the new secret rare logo from Ecomi. But as of right now, if you just Google Iran news, it is just all over the place. They were just launching drones and missiles all over towards Israel, still waiting for that counterattack. When that happens, that is going to be probably not the best, probably not too pretty. But anyway, that's why we've seen the sea of red today. We'll go over what Omi's doing first, and then we'll go over the rest of the market to see how it compares, see how it's holding up. And then a bunch of other reasons why I think the token will pump, a lot of other reasons what Veve and Omi could do, Veve and Ecomi could do for the token and marketing at large. Down about 9% today to 0005996, pretty much 0006, but we have been in the fives a couple of times today. So with the volume 438,000, so the volume is pretty abysmal. And again, this is the entire market, not just Ecomi, but we will go over and we will see a couple of things to do for the token that they can do. Right now, we are seeing Bitcoin down 3.5%, Ethereum down 6%, BNB down 6.5%, Solana down 5.5%, Lido Stake down 6%, XRP down 12.5%, Dogecoin down over 11%, Toncoin down 6%, and just most of the rest of the top 100 is down double digits, like 10% or more. Like it's actually easier to go through the ones that are down single digits as opposed to the ones that are down double digits. It would just be a much shorter list. Hi, puppy. So you have that. And how's it comparing to the rest of the markets? It is, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum right now are a little bit more stable. Then you have the latter part, XRP, Doge, Cardano, Avalanche, Shiba Inu, etc. Those are performing quite a bit worse than Ecomi. So there has been a little bit that is bought today. Most of my buying the last couple of days has been Flow. Like Flow is just, I was just on a heck of a discount. It was up to like $1.60 about a month ago. Now it sounded like 80 cents. It's about 50% down from that. So I figured it was a really, really good buy. Other things I've been buying, and again, there'll be more buys for Ecomi in the future as well. But let's talk about a couple of these things here. We have, normally I don't call people out, but if you're gonna lie at Thomas D Family 05, if you're gonna lie and say, hey, the token isn't going to do anything, there are not going to be burns, we know they won't be doing burns. Again, that's just a big lie. Even Foster Hill going and responding, what? As in that, like, the Zootopia, like what? Because obviously they have confirmed multiple times that they will be doing burns. We don't exactly know when they'll be getting them, but the burns are at least going to come from Omi to Bronze Ticket, which is going to come after Omi to NFT. There hasn't been any official word if Omi to NFT is going to have those burns, but Veve Viral and a couple of others are pretty sure, they're pretty positive that that's going to have burns in some way. I can't see that happening from the seller side, just because the seller side has so many fees already, up to 8.5% just for selling, and then the 10% cash out fee on top of that. This is why most people, when they have Omi to NFT, they won't sell for gems. They'll just sell for Omi, just because it's going to be a lot easier for them to cash out for that. Just less fees. So I think if there's going to be fees, it's likely going to come from the buyer side. We have another post saying, this is so stupid. We want Omi only drops from digital collectibles that regular people actually want. Foster Hill goes and responds, I think that rewarding people for participating in the ecosystem is actually a pretty awesome thing. Not sure why it needs to be an either or situation, but you can give feedback without tearing things down. Again, really, really like that they said that. We have somebody else going commenting, have to agree with this. This logo is the equivalent of going to a career fair and getting company swag. Until there are exclusive drops for MCP holders or logo holders, this is just more of the same. Foster Hill responds, interesting observation. On a side note, congrats on securing the number 43 secret rare. No career fair necessary. Again, the person complaining about getting something for free, like he's complaining about the free thing that he got, happens to get the number 43 secret rare. That secret rare is at $1,000 right now, actually $10.99, so almost like $1,100. And he got a sub 100 for it, and that person is complaining. So I feel like you can't please some of these people. Like when you're complaining about the free thing that you got that's worth over $1,000 and you get a sub 100 mint, feel like there's really no helping it. If somebody else saying, this ain't a dig or anything, but just seems like Ecomi just want the community to market, make videos, and receive nothing in return. I think it's about time the team actually starts to market the token and the collectibles. Market equals get well-known crypto people to talk about it. Foster responds, listen, paying people to talk about something is certainly one method to get the word out about things. VV markets on socials all the time with promotions. And as we have a more robust ecosystem with the token, it will certainly be an option. Have to give people a reason to talk. So I think once OMI to NFT is out and OMI to bronze, once we have a little more utility, that's when Foster's saying, hey, that's going to be a reason to get some of these influencers to go in, because right now they don't really have much to talk about. There's not a ton to do with the token outside of staking it. You do get really cool rewards. You get MCP points, you get bronze tickets, and airdrops each quarter. But I think Foster just wants a little bit more utility, or at least that's what he's relaying to us, that the team wants a bit more utility before they're able to go and do that type of thing, which again, I would be 100% for. And speaking of which, here's something that I wrote not too long ago. This one I had written in January. So it is a couple months ago. It is this year, though, actually about less than 3 months from today. Then I have a couple ideas for Veve and Ecomi that I think would help them grow at a quicker pace and breathe life into their OMI token. 1, raising capital. No one sees this as an issue because Veve has consistently grossed millions per month since 2021, and they are using those funds to hire more people and to grow. But imagine how much quicker they could scale if Veve were to raise 50 or 100 million. David and Dan likely won't sell the company for a long time, but I think that selling a small piece to Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, etc., or any other company close to $1 trillion would benefit them greatly without trying to grow as a company. Also, the dog is stuck down here, so I'm gonna be right back. I know. It wants you. Okay, the dog was not locked in here. The dog is just trying to get down here. Okay. 2, influencer marketing. I'm not talking about traditional marketing like Facebook and Instagram ads or Google AdWords. I'm talking influencers. Back when Logan Paul, Crypto R Us, and Ben Armstrong were talking about us all the time, we saw a huge influx of people. I'm not saying to get those guys again, but launch a referral code program where if anyone buys gems from the web app using your referral code and uses those gems in the store, you can get 3% of what they spent. Earth2 did this with 5% referral code, and they sold nothing but tiles on a screen with nothing on them. And not only did you get 5% for referring someone, the person that spent it got 5% back, and they eventually changed that to 7.5%. And they made tens of millions doing so. If we have referral codes, influencers will market for you. We've seen it before. Again, Earth2. You have Mr. Beast, who created a successful burger joint when the first burger was okay. Why? Because he had 1 billion followers. The first chocolate bar that he had was not good. I know. I tried it. Why did it become the #1 chocolate bar in America? Because he had 1 billion followers. Why did Penn Gaming buy Barstool Sports? Because they needed content creators. Launching an ambassador program or buying a content creation company would be the most efficient way to do this. Why? Because influencers are more efficient at building and distributing consumer goods. Reward them with 1% of what is spent, and everyone and their sister will be sharing their code and getting their followers to spend money. David Yu said he wants hundreds of thousands more active users in a few years. This is how we get them. And again, just throwing that out there on stuff. Let's take a look at some other stuff with the OMI token. Took 10 minutes. All right, no, that is Foster. That is, I guess I could go with, I don't think I can read that. All right, let's go after some Veve stuff here. And then I'll get to comments. So I guess the rules for this are going to be, I'll answer every single comment here eventually. Like I'll just do my spiel here for another 20 minutes or so. And then I'll answer every comment. So I will get to your comment eventually. But if I don't, or not that if I don't, if you want it to be read quicker, just leave like a $2 super. It doesn't have to be a huge super chat. It could just be $2. Super chat your question, and then I'll go and answer it. And so if you have to go, you don't have to wait like the hour for me to get there. All right, so the thumbnail here. Veve collectibles, Star Wars. All right, so these are the collectibles that were burned over the last couple of days. Star Wars Digital Comics, Return of the Jedi, number 1983, #1 posters. The Sesame Street Gold series, those were burned. DC Dark Knight Metal Emblem, that was burned. Disney 100 Platinum Moments Walt Disney Animation Series 2 posters, that was also burned. Marvel Studios Infinity Gauntlet, RoboCop's Jetpack Edition, Happy Tree Friends murals, all burned. And last but not least, the Walt Disney Animation Studios animation desk, those that were still remaining in the store, burned. Moving on here. Sorry, this is my daddy juice over here. Send more money, Chucky tokens. Should Veve start spending money to advertise? I will let Veve decide when to advertise. That is my thinking on that. So stupid. Mark here. All right, Josh Emmett, shout out to him for launching his One Punch IPA release party today. That happened at some point early today. There was actually a Veve Gold logo holder that said, "Hey, I really, really like it." It's kind of knocking him on his butt. Foster Hill had his 3-year anniversary. Bob Parsons once said, "If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and you wouldn't have an opportunity." It's been a wild ride thus far, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. Foster Hill, as of his 3-year anniversary, has almost 1.7 million MCP points, gets 2,800 per day, and at level 69, everyone comment nice down below with the 69. Only has 832 collectibles with 207 comics, but has 211 full sets. It's a beast right there. Somebody says, I think Wolverine is a grail, but also because collectors like Sleepin' and My Collectibles hold it in such high esteem. The Wolverine movies generated 1.5 billion at the box office, not including the animated show and movie, plus toys, merch. He's arguably the most popular X-Men as well. I would agree. One of the most popular X-Men, if not the most popular X-Men of all time. You obviously have Professor X, you have Cyclops, you have pretty much anyone that's in the show right now for X-Men 97. Super popular. Madeline Pryor's had a pretty decent following now. I did not expect that, but yeah, I've seen it. So that's why I think we're going to have a nice big, we're going to have a big day tomorrow. How much is it going to be? Was it 3091, I think, or 3081? It's 3081 times 50. Yeah, it's $150-ish thousand tomorrow. That's going to be really, really nice. I can't wait for that. Today, let's see here, 500. Nope, can't talk about that. Not talking about that. Oh, it's so cool. Uniswap had received that SEC lawsuit warning. They got that Wells notice. They're down like 50% since then. Grayscale Bitcoin ETF daily flow, 17.5 million. Lowest daily outflow ever for Grayscale Bitcoin. The end of March, Bitcoin's 30-day realized volatility hit a peak of 83%, a level not seen since November 2022. Since late February, volatility has consistently exceeded that of ETH, with gap between the two assets reaching its highest level since December of 2019. There's a couple more pieces of news here that I'm going to have to go over. Just got to find it. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, here it is. BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF crosses 15 billion in total inflows. And you have Hong Kong, which is poised to approve spot ETFs for both Bitcoin and Ethereum as soon as Monday. Does that mean it'll happen on Monday? It might not. It might happen later in the week. Coinbase files interlocutory appeal in its case against the SEC. Basically, what that means is they filed arguing substantial differences of opinion. Appeal concerns whether the SEC has authority over digital asset transactions as investment contracts, even without a formal contract between the issuer and investor. The appeal, if approved, would put the case on hold in the trial court until the Second Circuit resolves the issue. The case which involves allegations of operating as an unregistered exchange broker and clearing agency is expected to proceed to trial potentially starting in 2025. So I would not expect OMI to be on Coinbase until that's over. But again, that's just my opinion there. Let's see what else we got. What did I title this freaking thing? Let's see what we got here. We're gonna go to everyone. Okay, yep. Marketing for OMI, new utility. All right, the new utility for the logos. So we have the secret rare logo. I remember texting someone about this yesterday. I'll see if they. Okay, here they said, "Hey Randy, I know you're busy. Haven't got to watch your streams yet. Wondering your thoughts on the Ecomi secret rare logo. I have the other two. Do you think it'll come down a bit, sitting at 1.2K? I would have to move 1.2K of collectibles is all, which I also love. So he didn't want to do that. Not asking for you to tell me what to do, just curious if it was you, as I feel this logo is a big deal. So I said, it's hard to say. Will it ever be like the Veve logo? Probably not. That has the full force of David and Veve behind it. But can it come close? I think it can. As OMI goes up, so will the utility that we can do for it. We meaning like the community. Mostly community driven. If David and Veve decide to give any utility to the Ecomi logo, it'll probably be small, at least right away. But me, Sanjay, Rolex, and other peeps will keep it up. But much of the utility will be at in-person events. So if you're in a faraway land, it may not be worth it. Again, that's just kind of what I told him. Let's see what else we got. Who texted me? Okay, that I will have to look at that in a minute. All right, so what are the utilities going to be? Currently, I would say we're going to start at New York Comic Con, and the utility will be you're going to get a raffle. We'll probably just hand out tickets. Hey, here's a raffle ticket. Keep this for the end of the night. And the top two people I'll pick, I guess, will get some OMI from me. There's somebody yesterday that mentioned he would blow some glass. I know that sounds like a drug reference, but it is not. He will actually, he's like a glass blower. And could he go in and make, some paraphernalia for y'all? Yeah, I'm sure he could. But I guess he would give out like a Veve logo or an Ecomi logo, some of that for other peeps. So I would say that's the utility for right now. Now, what are the gifts that I'm talking about? Whales gifts to the community. Okay, so the whales gifts to the community are going to be, I guess for me, I originally said it's when OMI's going to hit $1, but I think I'll do it before then. When OMI hits a amount that I see that's good, I will pay for Lindsey Sterling to provide a private concert for some OGs. I don't know if they'll be logo people or they'll be Ecomi Secret Rare people, but it'll be Lindsey Sterling at an event. I'm going to go see her in a couple of months. I got the VIP package so I can talk to her and say, hey, Sterling, this is what I want to do, how much for it. And then based on how much it is, I'll go and let you guys know what OMI has to hit for me to go and do that. Another thing will be Mark Quinn said at $1, he's going to go and take everyone on a cruise. Who is everyone? How much is everyone? You could actually get like a small 500 person, cruise ship yacht in order to go and do that. It doesn't have to be a big cruise. And I don't think he'll have to wait until $1. I think maybe not this bull market. Maybe, I don't know, if crypto rain is correct and we get to 30 cents. Yeah, heck, I'll pitch in for that. I'll take people on a cruise as well. We'll see. But those are some of the gifts that we're going to get. And then there'll be other giveaways as OMI goes up, as things go higher, as this bull market starts taking hold. Mm-hmm. Community and more, what the team can do for more. Okay, all right, let's go to the rest of the. I guess, should I talk about flow? We have somebody saying simplifying consumer onboarding, designed with mainstream consumers and mobile first in mind. Flow integrates payment on-ramps that ease the transition from fiat to crypto, ensuring a seamless onboarding experience for new users to the blockchain. We have Ticketmaster, Mattel, Seussibles, I'm guessing that's Dr. Seuss Collectibles, NBA Top Shot, NFL All Day, La Liga, I'm not sure what that is, Joyride, not sure what these things are. I wish these things would have like some print on it because I have no idea what they are. Cryptoids, I know. Animoca Brands has not been doing so hot, but Animoca Brands, Floaty, Doodles, UFC Strike, Circle, Coinbase, and one or two other things that I can't tell what they are. But they do have a lot of people building on it, which is really nice. Definity started farming the other day, so shout out to them. I took my blood pressure before, and I am fairly normal, and I have a decent heart rate as well. All right, Veve Comics saying, after the events of Web of Spider-Man #1, Chasm is on the loose. Spider-Man better track down his erstwhile clone and Hallows Eve's ASAP. We're getting closer to Amazing Spider-Man #50. That will drop. I don't know when that will drop. Oh, no, it's buy now and then read it on Veve Comics Reader app. I guess it's just something that hasn't sold out yet. Congrats to Bleka, Savid1234, and K-Rock. You won the Veve Digital Collectibles this week. Go in on the Discord and go take a look at that. All right, Earth 2 here. Earth 2 is gross. Let me go read the post actually from the other day. Ooh, little too much alcohol today. Where's the post from Earth 2? All right, so looks like Earth 2 cleared another 10K in top line revenue from skin sales today. Can't wait for their Essence token to get listed on Uniswap next month. You will go and you will see Earth 2 Essence token on Uniswap next month. It will be in May. It could possibly be 4 weeks from now. I'll say 4 to 5 weeks from now. That I'm really hoping that goes and gets on Uniswap before we get Omi to NFT, which I think is likely. I don't think Omi to NFT will be here until later this quarter in June. Could they do it in May? Maybe. If it's going to happen, I would say it's going to be in June. Maybe we get an article for it in May, but that's just my thoughts there. And if Earth 2 goes in and that pumps like I think it can, it's going to be after the halving. You're not going to see Earth 2's Essence listed until after the halving. That could be really, really dope. That could be really boss. If that comes at a couple dollars, so for example, at $1, I'll have $40,000 because I have 40,000 of their Essence token. At $2, I'll have 80,000. I think when I finally get to having like $2.50, when I have $100,000, that's when I'll probably take some profit. I don't think I should take profit before then. Probably not the smart thing to do. But if it comes out and if it's at like 10 cents, I'm going to buy millions. I mean millions. Because at 10 cents, $100,000 would be, yeah. Because I'm derping here. Yeah, $1 million at $1 would be $1 million. At 10 cents, $100,000 would be, yeah, $100,000. I'd get $1 million. I would totally do that, 100%. Bar none. Moving on here. Speaking of Earth 2, you got to go and claim your ether probably like twice a day. I have a couple of people messaging me like, how do I prevent people from doing that? And you can't prevent people from raiding you. The only way to do it is collect your ether twice a day. Pretty much it. That's all I can tell you. Other news here. Mr. 41 says got first appearances and low mints, ? David Yu, Marvel, Veve said picture below are the lowest public mints with their matching counterpart. He's got the Incredible Hulk number 186, and he has the first Incredible Hulk that we have on the blockchain, number 41. He's got the Journey into Mystery, the first appearance of Thor, rare, number 186, along with a secret rare Thor, first appearance, number 41. And then last but not least, he has the X-Men first issue, having a ton of first appearances in there. Uncanny X-Men number 1, number 186, while also having Cyclops number 41. This dude is an absolute mad lad. Mr. 41.e. I love him. Samsung has announced a partner with Wilder World. So Wilder World's featured in the latest Samsung promo. Shout out to them. More shout outs. Okay, what would happen if Deadpool's frozen, severed body parts were thrown into a dumpster and then fused together to form a new and totally evil Deadpool? Well, you get Marvel's Deadpool number 45 from 2008. I was there when this came out. I feel like Aslan, like, do not cite the deep magic to me, wench. I was there when it was written. Like, I was there. I remember being at local comic book store getting this. That whole series was fantastic. He gets put into like this not insane asylum, like this therapist, and the therapist goes on and he thinks that the therapist is like falling in love with him, imagining her as having big pubes and saying like, oh, I heard you say that you've never seen a luscious piece of man meat like myself. And then his head voice says, what she really said, I've never seen somebody with this many mental disorders as you. But again, he's crazy. So that he gets put into the psych ward, and then he doesn't like the way something's happening. He chops off a guy's leg and femur stabs him. Like, he takes his own femur and stabs. It's wild. Anyway, the psychiatrist does falling in love with him, takes a bunch of his extra parts, puts them in a freezer. Eventually, when they're thrown out, they form together, and he's got this like evil Deadpool. It's really cool. It's a really fun read. Would definitely recommend. Shoot. All right, I'm gonna have to answer this at some point, or maybe I don't. Give me 1 second here. It's a Deadpool video Is this me? It is not me. It is not me. Love this. All right, sorry about that. Let's go to the YouTube here real quick. I'll get to my other piece of news in a second. I just want to go to the YouTube, go to my account, go to my live, and then go ask everybody to smash that like button as a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Okay, let's get back to it. Dr. Rolex says, attention all Veve collectors and flippers. With all the recent talk regarding the importance and value of MCP, I decided I'll be looking to sell MCP points at an incredible price of just 10 cents per point. I will look to increase the price to $1 for each point in the near future. Flash sale and MCP points, we will just have to figure out how to transfer them over, but I may have a plug or something. Let's go. I don't know if he's actually going to do this, if this is actually going to be possible. I think it's just some numbers that he's throwing out just to see the response. Again, that's just my opinion there. I mean, so good. Comics and crypto. When buying, oh God, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Also, I'm supposed to be wearing this. Ohio State. That. Yep. All right. Comics and crypto says, when buying digital collectibles on Veve Official to stack MCP points, it's important to not only think about the dollar per MCP point, but also potential ROI when using MCP points. As exciting as it is right now to finally use the MCP points, collecting them is not easy. Even if you're collecting 5,000 points a day, it would take 10 days to secure 50,000 points, 20 days at 2,500 points per day. Whether it's an upcoming drop for something that you want as a collector or investor, be mindful of what collectibles and comics could also come in the future. It's likely we all see many more ways to use MCP points. Sometimes the best move is to be patient. I got to agree with that. Everybody has hundreds of thousands or millions of MCP points right now because they were collecting and not spending for years. So what happened? They were able to build those up. It's basically like somebody being gifted a IRA account, and it had all this really cool stuff in there, but they weren't allowed to touch it for 3 years. And then what happened? Well, over the course of the, on a long enough timeline, anything in the VOO, the SPY, anything in that particular stock market area is going to go up. So when people don't have the option to touch it and sell and try to be cute and trade, what happens? It just goes up. And what happens as soon as they get access to that? Cash out, try to trade, lose money, cash out. It's the same thing with MCP points. Nobody had access to their points for years. And then slowly but surely, we're able to have our points, access it, and now finally use it. For Wolverine, I don't know if I'm actually going to use any points. Why? What is partner statue down to? Like 1,800 right now? Let's see. Let's take a look. See. Let's take a look at the partners here. Partner statue. Oh, all right. No, it was down to 70. It's 1,894, so pretty much 1,900 points. Yeah, I would say Wolverine will probably get up to 90. Maybe, yeah, maybe go down to 80 or 70-ish after a week. It's just there's a lot of mints for the people that we have here right now, and this will all change in the next couple months. Once we have Omi to NFT, that changes everything. Nothing will be the same since. But yeah, that's going to be a lot for right now. What else do I have to go over? A couple things. All right. Nick Caffey saying, time is your best friend when you invest in something you believe in. Time is your enemy when you gamble. Invest in what you believe and wait. It is really that simple. It sucks to wait. I know, I get it. But, as Jeremy Pador has said, you have actually, do I have that? I think I screenshot that recently. Maybe I didn't, or maybe I did. And no, there's David. There's stuff with Foster. Could have sworn I did. I guess I didn't. But basically, Jeremy said that he had purchased, I think, $10,000 worth of Apple stock in like 2002 or 2000, whatever, had to wind up selling for an $8,000 loss, where if he had held it, that would have been worth like $20 million. And he said never again, as in never again will he go and buy something and sell for a loss. That especially when it's a great company like Veve and Omi. Why he hasn't sold any Omi. Anyway, I feel like I've been going on here for like a half hour. Let me go over one more thing, and then I'll get to everything. We have a couple of updated films coming in from Disney, and I'm going to focus really just on Marvel here. Obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine will be on the 26th of July of this year. That's the only MCU movie that we have. There are going to be a couple of other things, like there's going to be a Moana 2, where I like collectibles from that. Night Bitch, I would really love collectibles from that. Mufasa, The Lion King, a prequel, I would really love that. But next year in 2025 is going to be like the year for getting the MCU back on track. We have Captain America, Brave New World. We have the Thunderbolts. We have Fantastic Four, and we have Blade. Cannot wait for that. There is going to be Disney Snow White, which looks like trash right now. There's going to be an untitled Disney product. There's going to be Tron Ares for whoever's interested in that. There's going to be a Zootopia 2. That should be really good. And Avatar 3. Everyone's going to love it. Then in 2026, we have a bunch of untitled Marvel and Disney stuff. But in February, we're going to have another untitled Marvel movie. Then we're going to have, I think, in May, Avengers Kang Dynasty. They're still going to play that off. I'm not sure who they're going to get. We're going to have a Mandalorian and Grogu movie, a Toy Story 5, a Moana live action movie, which that's all going to be fantastic. Another untitled Marvel movie on the 24th of July, and then another one in November of that year as well for Marvel. And then another untitled Star Wars movie. In 2027, we're going to have Avengers Secret Wars, another Star Wars movie. And then later, they're just really not sure. But that's through 2027 for now. Yeah, all right, let's get to the comments here. James Brown, what's going on? Do you feel good? I hope you feel good. Sea of red today. It is a sea of red today. Why? Iran be sending stuff to Israel. I remember not too many moons ago when we had some peace deals in the Middle East. And since we had a change of, I'm not going to get too into it, but man, I am really hoping that whatever happens these next 7 months, come January of next year, we have a new peace deal in the Middle East. We have a new peace deal with Russia and Ukraine. I just hope that it all goes well for a little while. Denoy Evans saying, what mint logo did you get, Randy? I got number 57, and the Telegram group has a warm feel. No fun. Well, congrats for getting number 50. I think I got 316. I got Stone Cold Steve Austin 316. Hold on a second. This Dookie. Okay, 2 hours ago. Copy. Yeah, 316. It's nothing special. A lot of people want me to get the number 11s because I have the number 41s, the lowest logo that you could get for any logo. But now the Ecomi Secret Rare logos are 11 is the lowest number, and it would make sense. I'm kind of more Mr. Omi than I am Veve, despite me having like 1,500 comics and collectibles, being a Diamond 1. I've been Master Collector for so long. They kind of want me to do that, but I don't even know where they are. They're not listed. And two, I'm just putting everything. Do you see the sea of red today for crypto? Everything is going into crypto. And Iran says Iran seems to be done with the attacks. I hope so. And I hope the retaliation from Israel is swift and then it's done. And I hope that there's I hope that that's something that really does not escalate. All we need are, oh God, yeah. Red Hot Snacks says, good morning. Good morning, good sir. Connor giving me those hands. Hi. Douglas saying, IG, or if they don't listen to Veve 24/7 like us and don't know what's coming or what's going on, they might hear it, but don't believe it until they see it. I understand the skepticism when Veve or the Ecomi team says like, hey, we're going to do this. And people say like, okay, well, you've said this X amount of times already. I'm not going to get my heart broken by you dangling the carrot again. I'll believe it when I see it. 100%. Understand that 100% more than y'all know. It's just that when people lie and say that things aren't coming when clearly they've been voiced that they are coming, and it's just, and I don't know where that comes from. It's like, okay, well, you've heard people say that. You've heard me scream that from the mountaintops what they're doing. Veve announces it. I go and scream it from the mountaintops multiple times. It's just when the people lie, I was like, okay, dude, what the fudge, Um, but again, I understand that healthy skepticism of, and that's why I know why a lot of people aren't, they haven't really bought Omi. Yeah, the things we have is cool. We get MCP points. We get that really cool airdrop. It'll get bronze tickets, but until they see the actual Omi to NFT, until that's real for them, yeah, a lot of people aren't going to spend on it. So I think that'll really help. And again, we will get burns at some point. I'm not sure if we'll get that for Omi to NFT, but we will get that for the bronze ticket. And there was somebody before that was just like, Randy, that it will never be Omi to NFT. Like, oh my God, my guy. And this was literally in a post I posted like yesterday or this morning. Yeah, and that person, I think it was just a what do you call it? That person, I think it was just a misunderstanding. Like he didn't actually know that it was coming. Like he couldn't conceive of a way that it would be Omi to NFT without them putting selling pressure on the token. I was like, you don't need to do that if it's person-to-person transaction. Like there's no downward pressure on it. Bill Gardner says, "What up? Yo, what up, Bill? How's it going, fam?" You the man. Connor's at Dark Latte. Finger red #1. We're #1. We're #1. John says, so does the burns go towards Omi? Well, the burns, when they happen, it will be people straight up burning their Omi, whether it be for bronze tickets. Again, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be for Omi to NFT. If it is, it would have to fall on the buyer. And for me, it's got to be a little hard to think of a way how they're going to incentivize people for using Omi. The only way I could see people incentivized to use Omi right now is for the sellers. Hey, if I'm a seller, let's say if I have a partner statue and I wanted to sell and I wanted to buy more Omi, do I get gems and then cash out and then, put it to my Coinbase, send over to Coinbase wallet and then swap for it, paying all of those fees? No, I would not do that. I would sell for Omi. Okay, well, Chavez, if nobody's incentivized to buy with Omi, how are people going to sell it? Well, you would just have to go below the floor. I mean, let's say the floor right now is 1,800 or 1,900 for it for the partner statue. Well, then instead of 1,900, I would totally go and put in 1,800. So then this way, somebody's incentivized on that to go and use Omi because they're saving $100. But again, minus the fees. What if they're going to have an Omi burn? What would the fees be? It would have to be less. The fees would have to be less than $100. Or it could just be some people are just like, hey, you know what? I have Omi. I don't have extra cash. I might as well just use the Omi that I have for something that I really want. Yeah, that's probably going to be it. And again, when you have Omi available on the web app, like we had a new Veve update today, you're not going to be able to go and buy Omi from the mobile app, but you'll be able to buy it from the web version. So when you have that, if you see like something on sale for a 10% discount and you could pay for it in gems or whatever, okay, I might as well go and buy Omi instead of buying gems because then I don't have to pay as much because of the discount that you're getting. So it'll all work. It'll all work together. And again, that's if we get it from Omi to NFT. Most likely, we'll definitely have it by Omi to bronze ticket. Where if you need more bronze tickets to up your collector level, you just pay for that in Omi, and all that Omi just straight burn. So that's, oh god, that's genius. Wheels says, "What up, G? What up, Wheels?" Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that Dennis the Menace? I see. Fan, give me the laugh. Thomas Vidor says, burns don't really matter unless demand is established. Yeah, you need that utility for the token, and you need people to want to utilize the token, which they're doing. Adam Smith knew his stuff. Price goes up. Point when supply outpaces demand, lowering supply without demand, fruitless. But again, there's going to be a good amount of demand. Just again, when people have found money, they're just going to spend it. And when you have found money in OMI, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell that for USDT and then, swap that for cash and then, wire that to yourself and then use that? Like, no, nobody is going to do that. They're just going to use that OMI and they're just going to buy whatever with it. Now they could just go, if they just wanted the cash, let's say they don't want to spend all of their OMI on it. They want to go and cash out a little bit. Sure. Just spend what you want on the collectible and then go and transfer out the rest. But there will be a good amount of demand for it. I guarantee that. How's it? Says Adam Smith knew his stuff. Supply versus demand rules hold even in crypto. Yeah, it's for everything. Carlos Castro says La Liga is Spanish soccer. Okay, all right, gotcha. The high round of La Liga is Italian Premier League for. Okay, gotcha. I just didn't know what that was. They had on Flow. Good for them. Atomic Z06, what's going on? Saying, Randy, the closest blue blood football program to your home base is Penn State, not Ohio State. Come on, man. Pennsylvania's cool. There's I know a good amount of people in Pennsylvania. Somebody actually gave me a shirt from Pittsburgh, just Pittsburgh Veve stuff. Obviously I have Queen Veve and her family that's over there. I have a couple of military friends that live in Pennsylvania. I used to serve with them. And when you were in McGuire Air Force Base, it's like 45, 50 minutes outside of Philly. So, some of them just stayed there. They just moved there after they got out. I have some people that I know in Reading. I'm going to go to the Bigfoot Festival in a couple months. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's cool. I don't really like Philadelphia anymore. I won't even go there anymore. That place is becoming a crap hole real quick. You just have a lot of young men that are going out and robbing people and destruction of property, and that police either aren't doing anything because they don't want to, or just because they can't because their hands are tied, likely the latter. But I mean, if Philadelphia used to be really cool. It used to be a cool city, city of brotherly love, and then it became like the gayborhood, and then it became like just, oh god, it's becoming just absolute trash now. Like New York's getting the same way. I'm not long for New York. But yeah, like I said, Pennsylvania is mostly cool. I really not a fan of Philly anymore, even though they got a lot of cool stuff there. Parks Casino is really fun. And then they have I think the Wells Fargo Center, wherever the Philadelphia Eagles play. So it's still got some good stuff in Philly, despite there being a heck ton of crime. Again, it's same as New York. But yeah, it's just I'm in Ohio. I'll be here for a little while, so go Ohio State. Yeah, well, Kyle says, I'm new to Veve and OMI, so I have a question. Is the utility that OMI has OMI to NFT only, or is there other utility for the coin? Well, currently, right now, you can go in. I wonder if you're still here. It's been, oh no, it's only 14 minutes. Take a look. If you open up your app, right, and you say, okay, here's me, here's Chavez Cat, here's my level, here's how many points I have, what I'm getting. Once you go down to your wallet, let me go and make that viewable for you. Go down to your wallet, you hit it, and you see, oh, okay, Chavez, you got 23 million OMI in there. Cool. Now, what do you get for that? If you have at least 10 million OMI in there, you go and you get like 600 points a day. The MCP points balance says each collectible, comic, or artwork you add to your collection gives you a certain amount of MCP points. In the future, you can use these points for various features within Veve. It's not showing you how many you get here. I think that's only on the web version of it, but you should be getting about 600-ish points per day for that 10 million. Those points you get every single day. When you get enough of them, you can use that to pretty much guarantee yourself a drop. So for example, Wolverine tomorrow. If you use 75,000 points, you're guaranteed to get that drop. Like you will, like there's going to be so many people going for it. If you just go for it without bidding any points, you're probably not going to get it. But if you go and you start bidding a lot of points, you're guaranteed to get that drop. able to buy it from the store. So this way it has no other owner. You get that virgin variant. You get the one that's only there. So you get that, and then you get something called bronze tickets as well. You get 350 bronze tickets each quarter if you have 10 million OMI. But you still get something even if you only have one OMI in there. Those bronze tickets will be used to up your level. Like, see, I'm only a diamond 1. Master Clever is the top level, so I'm just 1 away from that. But if I wanted to go and use those bronze tickets, I could do that once per quarter to bring me up to Master Clever. You can use those bronze tickets as many times as you want, but you only have 350 of them that you're getting per quarter. You'll be able to buy those bronze tickets with OMI probably in the next couple of months. So you won't really have to worry about that. And again, it's mostly going to be used to just up your collector level. Now let's see what we got here. And what else? So yeah, you'll have the OMI to NFT. The OMI to bronze tickets is going to be kind of a one utility fits all. You use it for MCP points. You use it to up your level. You'll be able to use that for accessories as well. So for example, if you go and you have, take a look at my collectibles over here. Let's say you want to put a hat on Scar, right? Like I actually have number 46 Scar. I got a very good Scar. But let's say you want to put a hat on Scar. Eventually, you'll have these things called accessories. You'll be able to use your MCP points, and you'll be able to go and put your accessories. Use your MCP points to buy those accessories. If you're all out of MCP points, you could just buy more bronze tickets. How do you buy those bronze tickets? With OMI. You'll use your OMI to buy those bronze tickets. You'll swap your bronze tickets for MCP points, and then you'll spend those MCP points over on the accessories. And again, it's not just going to be Scar. You can put Anna in some new boots. You can get a little scarf for the lucky gold dragon over there. I could put I could give another cane to the mogul grin. I could put a little saddle on this guy. Like there's going to be a bunch and pretty much no limit to the amount of things that you'll be able to get with them. So it says the OMI to NFT utility is still pending. It's not necessarily pending. It's not out yet, but it will happen in the next couple months. Yorkie, what's going on? Been a while. Invest in yourself. The rest falls into place. Knowledge is key. Preach, girl, preach. Oh, God, that's so good. Dirk Latte, what's going on, Zang? Utility of OMI as of now, putting in the app for seasonal rewards, gives you MCP points used for drops and bronze tickets every season. Hello, Sergeant. Rub it. 1, 2, 3. You realize Iran is bombing the crap out of Israel right now. I think this will affect the markets in all aspects. Your thoughts? Yeah. I mean, we're still kind of waiting on that response from Israel. I mean, they're not going to take that sitting down. So I don't know if I should say this. I served with a bunch of IDF guys. They were cool to us. We had no issues. I'll say this. They have no qualms about unaliving people that launch rockets at them. Regardless of what in the world, people make mistakes. And sometimes people think they're just following orders. Sometimes people are doing things that they think are good and they're actually not. Certain things are warranted in a response. Some things aren't. So I'll say this. If Israel has been rocketed, whether it was warranted or not, don't know. They're going to respond look for their reply in the thunder. And they have no qualms about unaliving people that rocketed them, even if it was something that was retaliatory to begin with. Israel, they will go and unalive you, and they will sleep well at night. There will, if it's right across the border, there will actually be picnics and barbecues of people going and watching rockets launch onto the other side, and them cheering when they land. Yeah, that's they are hardened people because they are surrounded by people that hate them. And they are like the 4th nuclear power in the world. They get aid from the U.S. They're like one of the U.S.'s closest ally. They can pretty much do relatively whatever they want. They have the I can do what I want and get away with it badge. So Maybe they go and they decide this is going to be swift. This is not worth our time. We're just going to do one thing of bombing and that's it. I'm really hoping that's it. I really don't think this should. I really don't want this to drag out into another war. Loss of what? Even if you go and you say, "Hey, this targeted strike attack is going to take out 100 targets," and I understand the greater good theory, where okay, yes, maybe we have a couple civilians that unfortunately, perish in this, but we're taking out 100 of these targets that are, bad people. Again, I understand that greater good theory, but in a war, all right, in a war, you have to recognize what is this attack going to take out more people, more insurgents than it is going to recruit insurgents to your side? Meaning, like, do I take out 10 insurgents? If I do that, are the consequences of like how many civilians do I? Because if like your, kid dies, you'd be damn sure that father is going to be signing up, to fight whoever just killed him. And same thing if a father dies, you could be damn sure that kid, whether he's 10, 12, 14, whatever, is going to be damn sure to sign up to fight to whoever killed him. So if you take out 10 insurgents, but 15 more people come on, then that's not a good ratio. Then that is something that is a no-go. You should not do that because that's going to prolong it. But if it's the opposite, where it's okay, we're taking out 100 people, and yeah, 3 people are gonna. So maybe you have 6 people coming in. People will play that game all day long. It's thankfully it's not me making those decisions because I would not be able to sleep at night. But yeah, you have that. So what I'm really hoping is that it's just a quick retaliatory response, and that's it. How's that going to affect the markets in general? Even if like you could have the U.S., you could have every single country in the world pointing their missiles and stuff at North Korea, take out Kim Jong Un, and which, in my opinion, would probably be that would definitely be a net positive for the world, even if it meant that a large number of civilians were to perish, because then everyone gets freed. Then like again, if I were in the land of a dictator, in this dictatorship, and I was just a civilian, I was just whatever, and I knew that my people were suffering, and I knew that there was a much better life outside of the little tiny fishbowl that the dictator kind of put us in. I thought, okay, yeah, sacrifice myself. If y'all need to, if y'all take me out while taking out this dictator that's going to free my people, then I'd be game. So that's the way I kind of look at it with that. So even if that were to happen, and that would be a net positive for the world, you'd have how many people in North Korea? Let's take a look at this. Let's do some math and let's see how good this would be. Go to new tab. All right. Population in North Korea. There are 26 million people. Figure half of those are men. Actually, let's say less. Let's say there'll be about 8 million, even 5 million men between the ages of like 15 and like 45. You're going to get a lot of people that are really actually intelligent, that they were being held back for so long, and is everybody going to go into STEM fields? No. But are a decent amount of people going to be able to adapt and work into? Yes. There's going to be a huge transition period, but again, that's all going to be a very net positive. But the markets will still go crazy. Like anytime there's any type of war, any type of torture, any type of just conflict, it's the markets just get terrified, and that's just kind of been what's happening. Even if the outcome would have been a net positive, which I'm not saying this situation would be, with Israel and Iran, but that's just what happens. So hopefully it's quick. Hopefully there's no unnecessary dying, even though we know that's a pipe dream. DZ Tennis says, do you think by the time we hit peak bull run, U.S. citizens will have an exchange to use? I'm getting nervous. I don't know. I mean, I just read you guys in that, and maybe you didn't hear it, or maybe you did, but I'll read it again real quick. let's see where we're at here. Uh, News. Oh God, I gotta go over that later. Yeah, let's take a look here. The case, which involves allegations of operating as an unregistered exchange, broker, and clearing agency, is expected to proceed to trial, potentially starting in 2025. If the case that the SEC and Coinbase are battling in right now will not go to trial until 2025, we're probably not going to get the Coinbase exchange until at least that date, if not well afterwards. I would not expect Coinbase until that time. Could you get Binance? Sure, but Binance US has like 15 million a day. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. I mean, sure. There's no volume on that exchange, but would it help Americans? Sure, but are you going to pay that much? Just probably not. I don't know. I think that Web 2, it'll be a lot easier to go and buy on the web app. And if you do that, people will figure out the bridging process. Or if you don't, like, let's say, for example, you have grandma that wants to buy some OMI because she heard it's a good investment. Cool. She could just buy OMI. It'll be on layer 2, but she could buy it on the web app. That's easy. That'll be easy enough to do. Okay, well, how is she going to sell it? Okay, you are going to have to do one of two things. You're either going to have to buy a collectible and then sell it for cash, or sell it for gems and then cash out, or you're going to have to teach grandma how to go and bridge from layer 2 to layer 1. I don't think that the OMI that you're able to get over on the app, I don't think there's going to be that change. You could swap vice versa. I don't think that's going to happen. I would love it if it would. That would just be kind of too wonderful. But either grandma's going to have to learn how to bridge, or some nice person, maybe you, is going to have to try to do it for her. That's just my idea. It says the wallet is not on iOS. You can see that on the Veve web. Oh yeah. All right, you're talking about the OMI wallet. Yes. Oh, you are correct, sir. Oh, is accessories like how you described confirmed? I thought you buy like carpets, TVs, plants, flowers, etc. Didn't know you can add that to collectibles. I mean, let's take a look at something here. Let's can I do this? Let me see if this works. Telegram. This did not work. Okay, let me go to this Telegram and I'll be able to tell you guys. I'll be able to show y'all some awesome AR pics, and y'all will love it. Or maybe I won't, because I can't freaking find it. Wow, there's a lot of pictures here. I want to find the one with Cookie Monster, but it's not letting. All right, here it is. Somebody was able to go and put like Cookie Monster in the Darth Vader outfit like that. Like, so we can do that, and that's perfectly fine because we own both of those collectibles. Actually, all right, here's a bunch of things here. You have this amazing Frozen background with the Jim Lee Joker, right next to a Lambo. Make awesome memes. Like, you'll be able to do. There's already a bunch of. Oh, beautiful picture. You'll already be able to do a bunch of things with it. So adding hats or adding scarves or adding maybe nail pot, like whatever, it's that will happen at some point. I don't know what's going to come first. I like, you're not going to be able to buy carpets, plants, flowers, whatever, up until everybody's in the VV-verse. So we are going to get those too, but that's going to be more for the VV-verse, and it's not really going to be for your showroom. Actually, most of these will actually be for the VV-verse. I don't see too many people working in their showrooms when the VV-verse is available. It's night and day difference. Do you still play your PS1? Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. And people still play. I mean, all right, yeah. So for this, will you go and play your Nintendo Wii when you have the Nintendo Wii U? I mean, it's backwards compatible. You could use your old games on the Wii U, get better graphics. There's no reason not. There's no reason to use that Wii anymore. Um, are people going to go and use their showroom when they have the Viviverse? Probably not. So I would say most of these things don't happen until we get to the Viviverse. I was really hoping it was going to happen in Q2. It's not looking like it's happening in Q2. Well, yeah, really hoping that happens in Q3, but we'll see. And Martin says, "Put that foot in your mouth." I don't know. What are we talking about? People have been watching War for centuries. Yes, people have been watching it for a while, and it's. I. You ever see that meme that says, "Inside of you lives two wolves"? One that doesn't think you can do anything, and one that thinks you can do everything. Well, which one is right? Whichever one you feed. Inside of, I think, particularly men are are two types of people. People that love to just relax and have some dominoes and play Pokemon, listen to music and drink with friends. I There's love and there's childlike, not childish, but childlike wonder and happiness, and that's beautiful and brilliant. But then there is that warrior, and not everybody has it. Um, I would like to think that most people don't have that, but um, you know, there is that warrior in people that, I mean, I think Americans in general just love violence. It's like I like violence. I think that's fun. At least in movies and video games. But there is a very real, like, you could, like, anyone that's into jujitsu or boxing or any type of mixed martial art, any type of martial art, you are training how to kill people. Like, you're training how to kill people with your body. And you if there weren't rules and people didn't abide by those rules, you would be successful. Um, so yes, people have been watching War of It's just not something that you should really want to watch and enjoy. I think, even though, you know, well, Chris Martin says, feelings are strong in the Empire. For the Empire. That was a Star Wars reference, by the way. By the way, you guys know that they released a Star Wars zombie game? I did not, and I just saw some footage of it. It's great. You're like a stormtrooper, and these other stormtroopers are like infected, and they're shooting out. It is so cool. It's like a horror game. Manslaughter says, "My old man was a Philly cop. I would have thanked someone wait, what? Well, no, man, come on, guy, no. I Okay, we gotta listen. There are people on both sides there that are at fault in every war. There are people. In every war. Doesn't matter what side you're on. Both sides do bad. It happens. Maybe those orders weren't given directly from who started these wars or who gave those orders. Like, some people act out of order, some people don't follow, they disobey. But there are people on both sides of any war. It happens where people do bad things. And yeah. Now, I don't know if I should say this. And then why certain people have that warrior in them that have no problem with unaliving certain people, because maybe those certain people were hurting kids or whatever, and it's just, yeah. Unfortunately, it's usually not. Yeah, casualties are hard. Um, yeah, fighting's hard. Um, Yogi says, when FUD hits, I'll just chill in the positivity of the Ecomi Secret Rare logo group. And remember, the NFT narrative hasn't hit yet. That's a good point. And again, so let's compare Omi to Flow. Omi to Flow. Oh man, I got a lot of messages. Well, ripping those messages. And why Omi to Flow? It's just because I have a good amount of both of them. And they're both down a significant amount. Now, Flow is currently number 69 on CoinGecko. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. Take a look at it. Okay, it's at 80. Oh wow, it was literally 78 cents, and now it's 80, 85, 80, 87. You know what was it? What was it a month ago? Well, I'll show you. It was like $1.60. March 12th it was $1.65, and today it was literally down more than 50%. No, I didn't want that. It was down to like 70. It was down more than 50%. It was down to 78 cents. Again, it's up to 87 now, but it was down 50%. Now let's take a look at Omi. And before I get to Omi, Flow is on. OKX, DigiFinX, BitGet, Gate.io, Binance, MEXC, HTX, Pionex, PointPay, Kraken, Bybit, Kraken, PointPay, BitNex, CoinTRPO, Increment Swap, OrangeX, Crypto Exchange, Coinbase, CoinList, KuCoin, BingX, Hotcoin, Tapbit, TrueBit, Crypto Exchange, FameX, Coinbase Exchange, Gate.io, XT.com, Increment Swap, Upbit, CoinX. All right, this is the same things over and over. Binance, it's everywhere. It literally has 7 pages of exchanges. It is on all of the exchanges, and it's down 50% in the last month. 5 weeks. Now let's go to Omi at 0006. We are on 1 page's worth of exchanges. Uniswap, which everyone has, OKX, BingX, BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io, Bitmart, Ascendex, and Energy Swap. And Energy Swap has literally done $134 today. And so that I'm not counting that. So we really have 8 exchanges: Uniswap, OKX, BingX, BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io, Bitmart, and Ascendex. And again, Uniswap everyone has, so we have 7 other exchanges. And we are also down, if you look at the last month, you might have to go longer than that. Oh no, March 12th, same thing. It was 0012. So yeah, they're both down 50%. Now Flow, obviously, because it's on all the exchanges, as the market goes up, so will Flow. But Ecomi is not on those exchanges yet. We don't have that volume. Long term, I'm more bullish on Omi. Now, the smarter thing would probably be to go and just buy Flow, and then do what? Well, if you go and just buy Flow, you'll probably, I'm not gonna say you'll double your money, but maybe you go up 50%. And then you buy back all the Omi, but just the liquidity is so low for Omi. And it's gonna be even worse in a couple of weeks because there's gonna be a lot of big buy orders. As Master Crypto Rain preaches. Yeah, and we don't know when that narrative is gonna hit. That narrative could hit at any time. I'm not thinking it'll hit for several months, but who knows? But it will at some point. Speaking of which, me, Rain, and Dr. Stuff will be live on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Says, I checked my Matra DAO Om token in wallet, and it's up 1,800% in a year. The other thing is, I had this coin last cycle and forgot about it. My man, get that bread. Planet Vampire says, my dad returned from Vietnam, effed up with PTSD. I don't wish that on any good-willed person, even if they signed up for it, if it can be avoided. Yeah, I got a couple of friends that are kind of not okay. One of which kind of she turns it into a joke, and we laugh. But I know she's. I gotta call her. Yeah, PTSD is not fun to deal with on both sides, whether you have it or whether you're dealing with someone that has it. Lone says, "Nice, 69." Nice. We're going to swap for ETH. Let's go. Get it, Bill Gardner. Get it. Go, SpongeBob. Go. Get it. Crazy Dance. Congrats, Bill. Yeah. Bill Gardner. What you doing with that though? What that coin do though? You getting? Oh, dude, I'm so freaking hungry. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands. Should I? Doesn't matter, right? Oh, cheesy bread with pepperoni in the middle. Oh, there you go. Congrats. This is so good. This is why the rest of the world hates us. Because we have cheesy bread with pepperoni in it. You want to know why the rest of the world hates us? Is because the U.S. has the audacity in the middle of a war zone to take one of its ships, one of its cargo ships, and delivers ice. Well, it delivers food and necessary products to its submarines, to its battleships, to its other things. But they're literally giving ice cream. Other countries can't keep their vessels afloat, and we have the audacity to go and make ice cream delivery runs to the. Oh my God, that is so wild. No, I feel sorry for anyone else who gets in war with the U.S. Carlos Castro, I feel for the innocent people on both sides. Yeah, same. But I mean, as long as the other countries don't touch our boats, I think we're fine. The U.S. does not like it when people touch their boats. So as long as the other countries of the world don't attack our warships, like you'll be fine. Once they do that, go nuclear. What happened when Japan touched our boats? We literally launched the energy of the sun on them twice. So yeah, not a good idea. But outside of that, I don't say that war is fair. If you don't do that, you have a decent chance of maybe outlasting. Bill Gardner says, "I love free money. Free money is good." But yeah, my curiosity is tickled here, Bill. What are you buying? You getting Omi? Are you getting Flow? Are you getting Definity? Are you getting Bumper? Are you getting more collectibles? Okay, says, "Nice one, Bill." Bill Gardner says, "Thanks, fam. No problem. Janoy Evans says, "Randy, do you know when the announcement for the winners the photo come?" I don't know when that announcement is. I'll keep you posted though. I will let you know. BB Story says, "Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. No way. Think you need a new one." Hi, BB Story. Herb ONB says, "Secret, medium deep dish, no regular sauce, barbecue sauce, chicken, hot sauce, jalapenos." Oh, come! I've had more jalapenos this week than at any other time in my life, and my heartburn has never been worse. It's a lie. My heartburn has definitely been worse. Other than the sun, so I like spicy things. I like Tabasco. Tabasco is really good. Goes with pretty much anything. Shake Shack, in or out. I haven't had those yet. But I want it. Yorkie says, "Ireland doesn't do pizza." I'm so sorry. Well, it doesn't do good pizza. One day you just got to come to New York and just. I mean, this we're in Ohio, and Domino's is Domino's. It's fine, but You got to go to New York one day and just, oh my God, the pizza. And I literally just got to chill thinking of the amazing stuff that you can get in New York. I would say uh, pepperoni mushroom is really good. Sausage and green peppers is good. Or just a regular slice. It's so amazing. Please. Yeah. Yeah. Come to New York and get that bread. How active is Secret Rare at home? It's pretty active. Like it's been very. It's only like a day old. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. I can't read any of the messages because that's probably not right. So think about hard to guess. Yeah, I haven't been active for an hour. There's been 11 messages. They're going over how much MCP points to bid for tomorrow's drop. Who's saving their MCP points? Who's bidding? Nice. Oh God, people are bidding massive amounts. Heckin' wild. Yeah, yeah. This is one of Marvel's like craziest drops. The Spiders versus Smosh. Oh, Spider versus Smosh. Oh, hang on. I think I have the Spider versus Smosh. The Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. All right, where's the Spider versus Smosh? I have it. This is the closest I have to it. It does look really cool. Yeah. Spider Pig. Spider Pig. Does whatever a Spider Pig does. Can he hang from a web? All right, let's. Should I go over the rest of the news? What do I have for the rest of the news? Slevin Kalevra says, "Oh my God, I had a heart attack. I thought it was Omi because Omni is going on Binance. That's OMNI is going on Binance. Again, not Omi. He gave us a heart attack when he posted that." DeLorean Time Machine says, "I think Vivi should give everyone 10,000 MCP points for their birthday. Their Vivi birthday. Hashtag Vivi fam. Let's make this happen." Maybe. Guaranteed 10. If you're active, yeah, I would say if you're active, they could do that. Oh God, that was amazing. And I wouldn't say you have to be active every day, but if you're active most days, on on average, every 3 out of 4 days, yeah, yeah, I could see you doing that. 10,000 points, be legit. Oh, I didn't read the article for the new Ecomi. All right, let's see what we got here. Over 1.5 million bronze tickets were earned by participants in season one. There only got 80,000 MCP points, and I don't think it's good to spend them as of now. Well, in my opinion, it's not worth it for $100 gem profit. Agreed. Agreed 100% with you there. Give or take, yeah. McGordon says, pretty active. My phone won't shut up all day long. Ding, ding, ding. I had to turn off notifications. My friend Ernie that I'm staying with, and he sleeps with his phone on. Like he has a ringer on his phone, and like I haven't had a ringer on my phone since 2017. Soon as I got out of the military, nope, ain't calling me while I'm sleeping. Happened way too many times. So my ringer hasn't been on since 2017, and Ernie still sleeps with his ringer on. I was like, why? Why do you do that? Like, how do you do that? Like, don't people like call you? He's like, yeah, get some notifications sometimes. Like, why don't you put it on silent? He's like, I have kids, man. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah. When you have kids, you got to have that ringer on. What if they need something? What if they need you? Good point. Um, but luckily, I have no such distractions. I don't know a good word for it. I have no such scenario. I don't have any offspring, I hope. So I sleep with the phone on silent. If y'all need me while I'm sleeping, am I Ace Ventura? And just wait longer. Chago Sola said, what's up, Fabio? What's going on, Chago? Oh God, I'm hiccuping. I had way too much daddy soda. Dark Latte says, And is it normal to rewatch that 3-hour live stream with you and Foster and Dr. Stuff like 3 times? I don't know, is it? Um, I mean, if we're doing fun stuff, oh, look at this pepperoni. Oh yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Hi. If I do, I was gonna say if I do 10 pull-ups, will you all give me a super chat? But I don't think I could do 10 pull-ups. I think I maybe do 4 or 6. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, if you like what you saw and you like what you hear, by all means. Yorkie says Randy is destroying that pizza. Yeah, well, the pizza is destroyed. This is the cheesy bread. So, like, how many can you do? So, I was talking about this with Sleepin the other day, Sleepin Comics. In my prime, I could do like 20 something at once. And in that prime, I could do like 100-ish in 10 minutes. But I've slowly gotten worse over the years. And the other day, it was like 2 weeks ago, I did like I tried to do as many as I can. I did like 3. All right, I'll do a couple. And I did like 3, and I was like, okay. So I told my body like, all right, you've this has gone on long enough. You're going to listen to me, and you're going to do these pull-ups. Like I will kill both of us. And I did 175 pull-ups in 40 minutes. And then like 4 or 5 days later, I told my body, you know what? That wasn't enough. Gonna do it again. And then I did 200 pull-ups in 40 minutes. So now I think I could just do 5. I think the 5 is the very okay. Let's see what we got here. With the chain, with the oh, okay. My hamstring actually started cramping up, so I did 8. I hope the 8 was fine. Be advised, I do have a pizza and half a thing of cheesy bread and a lot of beer and a lot of alcohol in me. So 8 is what you're getting for right now. Time to burn some calories. Thank you, thank you. Far too kind. Anyway, let's get back to the rest of this article, then, shall we? Yeah, I know, I know. Okay. Bronze tickets are intended to have multiple uses in the ecosystem. The first feature was introduced at the beginning of season 2, beginning April 1st, which allowed participants to redeem a ticket for a one-time bonus allocation of Master Collector Program points. Negative chin-ups on your big boat in 3 years' time. On your big boat. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, well, I mean, I hope people don't actually expect me to get a boat, because I'm not a strong swimmer. I do not have my boating license. And yeah, I'll get a place and we'll all do chin-ups and pull-ups and all that. Yeah, we'll do a lot. We'll have contests. Let's see, where was I? When the season 1 article was released in December, the original intention was to allow users who earn bronze tickets to decide whether they redeem them for one-time bonus allocations of MCP or participate in an exclusive crafting event. Dirk Latte saying, which route would you consider doing if you're in your early 20s? Slow and steady wealth building through ETFs and regular investing, or a risky 2 to 3 years of going all in on what you believe and not guaranteed? Well, Dirk Latte, let me read you something that I had written a couple months ago. Forex illustration, quick story. Okay, yeah. So I'd written this about three months ago to the day. Dirk Latte. Here's a quick story on how and why I put in over $500,000 into Veve and Omi. In 2016, there were many senior enlisted who tried to get me to stay in the military because, according to people that had never been in the job market before, it's hard out there. In January of 2017, I started college, got straight A's, and had a part-time job. In the summer, I got a full-time job at a private bank, my first job in finance. I had around $2,000 to my name, whereas people could be complicated and tricky. Once I saw numbers, everything made sense. Within a few weeks, I immediately opened up my own business under their umbrella, and absolutely nobody believed I'd make any money. Once I started to, I immediately began lending it out to business owners who had 500 and 600 credit scores. Everyone told me I'd lose all my money I'd start making. And to their credit, I had nothing to show for it, as everything went into these high-risk lending deals. So that's 3 times in a year people had told me not to do something because it was risky. In 2018, when I had 2 organs fail within 4 months, I was in the hospital and I decided to fulfill a childhood dream and started buying Pokemon cards. First edition, PSA 10. Everyone told me I was an idiot for spending my hard-earned cash on children's cardboard. But just like the numbers on people's bank accounts, the sales, circulating supply, and patterns all made sense to me. In 2019, my good friend got me into stocks: Uber, Apple, Google, Facebook, etc. I never did a deep dive on a company until I saw a video of Elon Musk. I like how he thought like me and was disrupting an entire industry. I learned more about the Tesla company than 99.9% of people on Earth and started selling my blue chip stocks so I could buy Tesla. This is where everyone told me I was going to lose my shirt. Company's stock hadn't moved in 6 years. They weren't profitable. The CEO had mental issues. The cars went on fire, and everyone was fudding. How could they not see it? I finally had $100,000 in assets at this time, which was a 50x gain in 2.5 years. But I threw all my new money into Tesla because of Elon and what he was doing. In 2020, during the K-shaped recovery, I saw the deal of a lifetime, a PSA 10 Trophy Kangaskhan, one of the rarest Pokemon cards in the world in the highest grade. The last time this card sold, it was $25,000. Me and the seller reached an agreement for $80,000. I started selling most of my collection for it. Absolutely everyone on God's green earth told me I was an idiot, even people in the Pokemon community. So much money had gone into base set cards. Why didn't they think that that money wouldn't flow into trophy cards? Didn't they know I've been right about these kinds of things before? When will people finally believe in me? In 2021, I found Veve Official Company and their Omi token. That card I spent $80,000 on the year prior, I'd sold for $279,000. It was the greatest flip in Pokemon history and is still the highest sale for that card to this day. It all went into Omi. The stocks I sold also went into the Veve and Ecomi ecosystem. And later that year, I finally became a millionaire. The story goes on, but basically what I want to say, Dark Latte, is that I had no prior experience to finance before 2017. I had worked in delis, animal hospitals, pizzerias. I worked every job known to man throughout high school and in my late teens. And then eventually when I joined at 21 in the military. Got out at 25, about 26. And the what I had in the military was not a finance. I was not using my brain. You needed, like, you could have the lowest ASVAB score to get in, and you could do the job that I did. It was not a job where you used your brain, mostly. So there was no guarantee. Like, on paper, stick me in a, stick my file in a finance job, no one would ever be able to say that I would do it. Making money is not something that I was good at on paper because I never tried. So as soon as I did it, okay, well, I already had nothing. I had like $2,000 to my name, and as soon as I got out, but what I do is I think that I think that everyone in when they're born, if let's say life is like a video game, right? And if life is like a video game, people get boons and banes. They get stuff they're good at, and there's stuff that they're bad at. What are the skills that I got? Well, I got very lucky. I don't mean luck like as far as starting point. My starting point was the worst one was one of the worst spawn rates that you could get. I was born in a third world country to likely a drug addict mother in a not a hospital. I was born in a room that had no roof. It had four walls and it had no roof. And the luck stat kicked in because I got adopted and brought to the US. In my opinion, is the greatest country in the world for lots of reasons. But the other stat that I got completely maxed out in, and that could have been a secondary characteristic of where I was born, but I have the ability to eat shit. What I mean by that is I don't have to, I could eat the same thing every day. I could live in squalor, and I could do that for super extended years at a time. I think that's just in me because of where I was born. And when I got this finance job and I knew the money that I could make, saw it right away. So the three things that I got lucky in, my luck stat is up to the max. I thankfully happen to have a decent brain. That one of the things I'm good at is math and determining whether a company is undervalued or overvalued. The company, it could be stock, it could be Pokemon cards, it doesn't matter. That's one of the things I'm good at best at in the world. And then put that together with how to read a P&L and a balance sheet, take off. And then the other thing, eating shit, I could go and make a decent salary, even though I didn't pay myself. It all went into the business. I didn't take a salary when I opened up that business. And I'm not saying that people have to do this, that they should not. If you did what I did the last 10 years, you will likely take that many years off of your life, because it was not good. Even now, like the last month has been fine because I've been living in a mansion. But yeah, what I've done the last 10 years is not good for your body. But if I had to do it all over again, I don't want to say military is a waste of time. I learned a lot. I loved a lot. I lost a lot. But that did not help me monetarily wise. What helped me was making as much money as I could, living in squalor so I could pay as little as possible to my, rent and food, and in areas it probably shouldn't be. And again, people probably should not do that. People should probably have, a decent night's sleep, and they should have a decent meal, and they probably should do that. But I, if it were me again in my early 20s, I would 100% go the risky route, and I would do what I'm doing now, or similar. I would work 80 hours a week, live in squalor. I'd put it all into Omi, and then in 12 and in like 15 months, I would sell most of it, and then buy it back the next bear. And yeah, but again, that's me, and I know I have that ability to eat shit. I know I have that ability, and not everybody has that. Like yeah, not everyone has that. There's plenty of old lady bodyguards. Love the old ladies are great. I'm more towards the risky side because I don't got much to lose but time, and the upside greatly outweighs the negative. But will I be doing this now or in my 40s? I'd rather now. Well, when you're young, and I learned this at 19 when I got my first apartment. I was like one of the only people of my peers to ever move out at 19. There's this girl Brittany she had emancipated herself at 16. She moved out at she was, God, I loved her, still do. No, not some girl Brittany, not the Brittany you all know. It's a different Brittany. Um, but yeah, when I moved out at 19 and I had an apartment to pay for and I had all this, I was not working 80 hours a week. I was working like 95 hours a week. I had 3 jobs. I was doing, yeah, it was insane. If a recruiter found me at 19, that probably would have been better instead of going in at 21, going at 19. Um, because this hopefully doesn't happen, but this will happen. You have to find out where your limits are. And I say have to because that is, in my opinion, one of the great necessities of life. Because if you need to go and work 60, 70, 80 hours a week, you have to find out what the exact rests are that you need. What are the things that you need to be able to function, to be able to pull that off? Like I know somebody that she is exhausted after working 30 hours a week, and the job is not hard. So, people have energy, different levels of energy. If you're in shape and you're healthy, you could likely work a lot longer, and you could do that for an extended amount of time. If you're not in shape, if you don't exercise, if you don't eat right, then you're just not going to be able to do that. Um, but you should really find that out when you're younger, because if something happens, God forbid, somebody gets sick, family member gets sick, or you get like whatever happens, you have this huge debt you have to pay, and you need to work you need to, one job isn't going to cover it. If you need to work two jobs and you're working 80 hours a week, you will find out that either you can't do it or you can do it, but you want to unalive yourself. And again, it's important to find out what you can do and how long you can do it for when you're young, or else you might be forced to do it when you're older, and then you'll be 10 years older when that happens. So you want to find that out when you're young. Douglas says, I love that story because I had something similar. When everyone is shitting on Tesla, but I always invest towards the future because that's where we're heading. That's why I'm in Tesla and crypto. I ran into a girl today that was very much into Tesla. She was a nice lady. It was fun. Let's see, were you in yes and no. I did do 2 OnlyFans videos, one of which is taken down because because it's a long story. Long story short, the girl I did the video with had like a stalker, and based on where the window was and what they saw outside, they found out where she was. Long story short, we moved her into a friend's after that. She did not stay there. So that video was taken down. The other video, I believe, is still up. Um, it was made a while ago, not this year, obviously. Um, but I was never like in the industry. Like I don't have like a full name on Pornhub. I don't have a channel on that. It was just 2 videos on OnlyFans. And one of which isn't even around anymore. First Last says early 20s, risk, 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 more time to recover. Scared money don't make no money. That's true. It's true. It's very true. Let's see what we got, y'all. Oh yeah, I gotta finish this freaking article here. You got the airdrop eligibility. Actually, that was pretty much it. There's not really much else to go over. Limited airdrop is intended to be an exclusive feature of the inaugural season for bronze tickets and does not guarantee any subsequent or future airdrops for seasonal rewards. I think there will be other seasonal rewards though. Yeah, that is going to be it for me. Everyone comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say thanks to Krana for giving me that super chat and forcing me to do 8 pull-ups. I'm going to do a bunch of pull-ups tomorrow. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Oh, where is Dashie? Oh, I don't know. All right, I love you guys. Goodbye. Oh, there's a new comment. Thank you. No problem. Meow, 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 Randy.